Hello there, everyone. I'm your host, David Jones, and this is the Late Night with David Jones. Today, we'll be talking about the Arrowverse mid-season finales for Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, and Arrow. And we'll do it in the order in which they premiere throughout the week. This is also super after the mid-season finales. The shows come back starting the 15th. So we're going to get into the mid-season finale reviews. First up is Supergirl, titled Rain. So the synopsis for this is Supergirl investigates a mysterious symbol popping up all over National City, tracing its origins back to an ancient prophecy and the mark of the world killer. Rain, meanwhile, the tension between Lena and Morgan Edge, guest starring Adrian Pasdar, I butchered that name, continues to build, causing James to step in and offer up some protection and possibly igniting a spark in the process. Carl, what did you think of this episode?
First of all, a spark. I don't know why the romance between this always has to be some kind of romance or something.
Well, Kara and Marnell's, their romance kind of got like washed and gotta have some kind of CW romance.
Yep, and then Alex and Maggie, that's out the water.
That was the one I was rooting for the entire season, was Maggie and Alex. But
yeah.
I don't mind James and Lena.
But what was this one quote you always say? Never trust a Luther.
I don't trust a Luther. That's the thing.
And
but I don't like this. I don't like James as quote unquote Jimmy Olsen. So
okay.
Hashtag not my Jimmy Olsen. But I don't know. It gives them something to do, and that maybe gives us the chance of never him returning as Guardian.
Nah, he's still gonna be Guardian.
I don't. We haven't seen him as Guardian. I think this entire season. False. We've seen him as Guardian one split second, I believe.
Yeah.
And that's in the crossover,
yeah.
In which he dies.
But honestly, this episode, the best part, honestly, was the end. The ending.
We'll get to that because that was a interesting scene.
So basically, it starts off. Kara sees the symbol. She doesn't know what it means. She asks her supercomputer mom. She doesn't even know what it means. Still some tension between Mon-El and Mon-El's wife and Kara.
That little love triangle.
Yeah, there's a love triangle going on. Kara doesn't know how to do it. He doesn't know what to do. She's like, I've been upset for months because I thought he was dead. Turns out, he's not dead. He was in the future, and now he's married.
And he's shacking up with someone else.
Mm-hmm. Don't know how to feel about that.
However, he is still wearing the necklace.
Yes.
So, I don't know if that's like out of respect or if it's just like that's holding me down and it's like...
See, I think it is like, there's always going to be that one person, even though you guys don't share the love. You still love them. They're still always going to be special to you in your heart. Something
Understandable.
to keep you reminded you of.
Yeah.
So that's what that probably was, but he's moved on. Now that Kara sees he's moved on and he's alive and well and doing good for himself, she needs to get the hell over it.
Which I think she did. Like, I think she will slow. I don't want to say like right away, like get over it, but I think by the end of this next 5 episodes, she will be able to move on to more better to come.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Lena Morgan Edge rivalry?
Oh, honestly, if Morgan Edge is just like that one person who's just like, I have money, I can do whatever I want. You try me, I just got money to get rid of you, and there's nothing you can do to tie me back to it. Though Respect the man, because he can't get his hands dirty when he needs to. And I mean, after he put Lena on the plane and he shot the guy, he's just like, you won't tell anybody about this. He shot him. Like, oh,
See,
okay.
I like Morgan Edge mainly because I like him because he's a business villain. He's not bronze.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, yeah, I'm cool with that. It took me 9 episodes to figure out where I knew the guy who played Morgan Edge from.
You know, he does sound extremely familiar now that you mention it. Where is he from?
I know him from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
He played kind of like this general like officer who kind of at one point in S.H.I.E.L.D. Was like the liaison from the government to S.H.I.E.L.D. And I was like, the entire time watching Supergirl, I was like, I know this guy from something. Where is he from? And my brother walked in and was like, hey, it's the guy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I was like, what? So that's, and he is definitely a recognizable face and voice, so I'm sure you know him from somewhere.
Yeah.
But other than that, I enjoy the Morgan Edge character when he comes on. Now, I didn't like him when he first appeared.
Yeah. I understand. He is getting a little bit more likable in that.
I love to hate him.
Yeah, you love to. It's that guy you just love to hate. Like, especially the Christmas, like, when they were leaving, like, it's Christmas. Here's a cup. Here's a little coffee cup.
Granted, I do despise him because he obviously has no boundaries and he is okay with poisoning kids.
Oh, yeah. No, like, he poisoned kids. He was going to blame. He had no reason to believe. He's like, you know what? I'm blaming Supergirl. It could have been Supergirl. It could have not been, but it could have been Supergirl.
It's like it could have not been Supergirl, but I'm gonna blame it on Supergirl, even though technically he wasn't blaming Supergirl. He was blaming Lena because she's the one that built the bomb. However,
like when Rain attacked him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when he was giving the press conference.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes more sense. Well, in that, there's only 2 people in the world who can do what Supergirl does. So blame the person who you hate, i.e. Lex Luthor. Blame what you don't know. But I do want to throw in, how are you feeling about this Mon-El returning?
It needed to happen so Kara can move on.
Which, I know the past couple episodes, actually the entire season, I've said I was not going to speak his name until we get Legion of
Superheroes. No.
Yeah, Legion of Superheroes. That doesn't seem right. I do apologize.
Heroes? I think it's just Legion of Heroes.
Yeah, Legion of Superheroes.
Oh, one or two. I just watched it. I forgot.
But we technically got...
We got a name drop.
We got the name drop, and it's now part of, like, yeah, the other people aren't there, but I know they're coming. So, I think Mon-El would be better suit to just go. Like, go back to the future and get away from Supergirl. The show, not both. However, I do want to point out they've done nothing since they returned.
Not a thing.
We've had the few quick glimpses of Mon-El being worried about Supergirl when, the crossover when he's like, oh, is she okay? And all this other stuff. They've done nothing since they've been back. Maybe that will change the second half of the season. I don't know. We won't get that until about April, apparently. However, if they killed Mon-El at the end of the season, I wouldn't care. So yeah, how are you feeling about Mon-El, and what would you think would be best for his character?
Honestly, I thought of something interesting. Send him back to the future. Let's send him back. But at some point, bring him back with Kara, take Kara to the future, and meet the Legion as an episode.
See,
I would like to see that.
I was thinking it's like to go back to the future and have the Legends of Tomorrow run into him.
That would be kind of funny.
Because we know they can go to different Earths. Like, I don't know if they can go different Earths. They can go different timelines.
Yeah.
And I'm sure now that they know there are other Earths out there, I'm sure there's some timey-wimey Legends excuse to travel to different worlds. Or, if it doesn't happen in Flash and Kid Flash does go to Titans, have Kid Flash go to Legends and he is able to time travel or travel to the different Earth. I just want to see... Because I feel like Mon-El is going to be needed on the Legends team at some point. Or a super... Someone who has the same powers as Superman. They're going to be needed on Legends at some point. Just like they're going to need a Flash on Legends at some point. I am still hoping for other things. But if they are going to continue the universe, Mon-El going to Titans wouldn't be a bad thing either.
Yeah.
I doubt it will happen. It won't happen. But
I'm still hoping for Kid Flash. But okay, let's continue on.
But really, I just want to bring up the last couple things because we kind of talked about everything important of the episode. That final battle.
Oh.
What did you think of that battle?
Oh my God! Finally, okay. You know, I was underestimating Rain for a little bit. You know.
Still am.
Underestimating her, but she took down Kara. It took her down hard.
Yeah, but was that more of a Kara underestimating her opponent, or was that Kara just not being as strong as she should be?
I think it's just not Kara not as being as strong as she could be, because you know, like the guy said, Rain is the God Destroyer. You know, or not God Destroyer.
The World Destroyer. World Killer.
World Killer. Destroyer of man. You know, brings justice upon everybody. And you know, I think Kara did get blindsided about how strong she is, but she's a Kryptonian. She's fought Superman full strength
And won.
But
I think she should have been able to hold her own against Rain for a little bit longer than she did. I understand you have to have some kind of cliffhanger, so why not have Rain knock her out? But other than that, it wasn't anything I didn't suspect anything less.
Yeah.
Because it is a mid-season finale, so like you know something quote unquote big is going to happen. But other than that, like, it's kind of just waiting to see when it comes back on to see what happens.
Yep, and we're gonna have to be replacing this time.
At this point in time, if I read my sources correctly, Supergirl will be replaced with Legends of Tomorrow until that ends, and then Supergirl will come back on, and then go out until June, and they'll start finale. But we will get Black Lightning in, I guess, quote unquote, that place, because it will be coming Tuesday at 8 or 9.
That time slot.
So, other than that, do you have any final remarks of Supergirl?
No, I think that's about it.
Alright, let's go on into The Flash, titled Don't Run. The synopsis reads, since the Crisis on Earth X crossover ended with Barry and Iris finally tying the knot, all is right in the world with the world on The Flash, but those good times never last long, especially when there are villains out there and just waiting for the right time to strike. I'm reading this and realize I picked the wrong sentence for the synopsis, but pretty much what happens is we get both baddies of the season come together. We got Amulet Black, we got the Thinker. Thinker is making his move. Kidnapped Barry. Right?
Yeah.
Was that last episode?
Oh God.
No, he kidnaps... Yeah, no, okay, yeah. I'm so sorry, audience. He kidnaps Barry because Amulet Black kidnaps Caitlin and they have to decide to...
who to go save, yes.
And they're trying to save both, and... Okay, so yeah. what did you think of the opening scene of the Thinker kidnapping Barry?
He just came and ran through. Like there was just no hesitation. He just came in, took him, and left. It was like
Left Iris in the wind.
Like you didn't even have time to process. He just got taken.
So Barry gets kidnapped, and then we see everyone in the Star Labs, you know, like, hey, having fun time. Plastic Man. Ralph's there. Everyone's like decorating the tree and everything, having a great old time, talking about Killer Frost and how she's fun to be with and everything.
She's fun around. Bacon soda.
I did think it was like it's in his character and everything, but Ralph was being a little too strong on the tell KF that like, you know, the bacon soda. And it's like, come on, dude. You, no matter how bad of a human you are, you can tell you're hurting someone right now. You're a hero. Gotta tone it down a little bit.
Because Ralph is not. He's a prick.
But then we see Caitlin go to, I want to say CC Jitters, but I feel like they changed the name for some reason. But see, they go to CC Jitters, and Harry comes to, like,
console her.
Yeah, and find out Killer Frost has a drink. Just name a drink after everyone, why don't you?
Yeah.
And then Amelia Black kidnaps her. So, 2 kidnapping stories here. Which one did you like more?
Oh, that is very hard. That is actually a really hard thing because
I know mine, and it's for one sole reason, and it's the kidnapping of the Flash. Because I got a power of the Flash I didn't expect to see this early.
Which was
and Barry vibrating himself where they can't see him.
Yeah.
And I was like, bravo. That's the sole reason why I like the Flash kidnapping better.
Alright, so I'm going to go with Caitlin's end because it finally answered everything I needed. I mean...
Really?
Well, not answered, but, you know, it gave more depth into the personalities.
Of Caitlin and Killer Frost, or...
Yes, Caitlin and Killer Frost, between what's Killer Frost been doing, how you know, when she does appear, how does she interact with everybody?
Yeah.
And apparently, you know, they enjoy hanging out with Killer Frost. And apparently now that she's not killing, she's gotten a little bit more popular, and then she has a drink named after her. I wonder how that happened.
But Zoom also has a drink named after him, so like you don't have to be a hero to get your drink named after you.
Valid. But honestly, it was just because, you know, Caitlin's struggling between having Killer Frost in her.
Well, yeah, because like everyone's making it seem like they like Killer Frost better than Caitlin, and Killer Frost has more to bring to the team than Caitlin does. Which is kind of sad to hear.
But, and also, you know, it also ties in. You know, it's still all tied in together.
Yeah.
But that's what I really liked, that it all tied in together, because that was another Metabus person.
Yeah.
Which we find out why he was created.
Yeah. My thing about it was like, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm nowhere in the medical field. Don't want to be nowhere near that. So maybe a medical friend of mine can answer this question better.
You have friends?
I do, surprisingly. My thing is, can you build everything Caitlin built? Like, she's there in this rundown hospital, and she just makeshift these like equipment to do surgery.
Jerry rig, man. Have you not seen MacGyver?
Yeah, but like I want to know, is that possible?
I thought they mentioned that either she stole it or they was just there still and she just kind of had to tinker with it.
And yeah, but it was like some of the stuff she tinkered with. It's like this has been run down for quite a bit from what I understand from the show. And then she kind of like, oh yeah, I've got this this equipment that I just jerry rigged to be able to make me perform this very difficult surgery.
Hey, you can't doubt my girl Caitlin. Caitlin Snow, she can do work with her hands.
I'm not doubting Caitlin. I just want to know, is that possible? If it's not, cool. It is possible in the Flash universe. I'm just curious, in a real world setting, is that possible?
Well, life or death, maybe. It just depends on the situation and what actually is there.
So I want to move on to the decision of, do we save Barry? Do we save Caitlin? And Iris is very adamant on saving both at the same time.
Right.
How did you feel about that? How Iris was taking that and how she was acting towards everyone?
I understand what she was going. She wants to save both her friend and both her husband. But at that point, too many orders are given out. Too many things are getting confused. Things are not getting communicated right, and time and effort and with the equipment is being split.
Yeah.
Which is kind of detrimental. Unfortunately, if you want to save two people, I eventually think she made the right call.
Well, yeah, but I think she made the right call too.
But she's splitting everything, so she's splitting her mind between her husband and her friend, but it's weighing towards one more than the other.
Because she brings it up in the episode, I believe, where she's like, I made a vow to be with them and do anything through life or illness and all this. So being that adamant to whether I choose my friend or my husband, and she was going back and forth, not be able to make a decision, and then Harry steps in and is you gotta make a decision, it's one or the other. That's the only way we're gonna be able to save both.
Yeah.
And I do think she made the right decision by choosing Caitlin, mainly because Barry is the Flash.
He's the Flash, man. He can handle himself for a little bit.
He's gone up against 3 speeches at this point. He's able to, stay alive, give or take. Caitlin, at this point, is a human. Yeah, she has the power to turn into Killer Frost, but that's easily counteracted, and they should know that. They do it to every metahuman they catch. They have cells to prevent them from being their metahumans. So it should have been in my opinion, and I know if I was in that situation, it probably would take me a little bit to make that decision. But it's you gotta save the person who can die easier than the person who can, do the impossible.
I understand. Yeah, you're right about that, because Caitlin, she's a scientist. She's a doctor. That's basically Caitlin's skill set. She's a great surgeon. She's a great doctor. She knows a lot about medical. But that's it. In a combat situation, she's not that formidable. She's not that frightening. She probably can't handle herself.
In the combat situation, I think it's more fight or flight. Yeah. No matter how non-combatant you are, if you get put into a situation, I'm sure you have that fight or flight where you can probably do more improbable things than you could on a normal basis. But still, she's human, and going up against Amulet Black, that's a very simple death right there. But other than that, it was all right. I wish we could have got more Ralph, detective skills.
He's a detective.
He was on the CCPD police force. He was also a private detective when we found him.
Still, he was a detective.
So we could have got some kind of detective skills, which he brought up. He's hey, I'm a detective. I can do this old-fashionedly. But we did. And I do want to just throw in, kind of bundle this all together with the Amulet Black, the person they kidnapped, which I believe was Dominic.
I believe so, yeah.
Selling him to the Thinker, and the Thinker taking over his body, pretty much.
So mind transfer jutsu right there.
How did you feel about that? Like, in my opinion, I thought it was different. I wasn't expecting body switching.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so either. I thought he was gonna be in that chair.
Which
But,
I'm calling it. It's the Mobius chair. Like,
all right, thought he was gonna stick in that Mobius chair, but apparently he wanted to hit the mind transfer jutsu and switch bodies.
give his wife a younger male combatant. Companion.
I thought of so many different things I shouldn't have thought about. But it definitely is different. And, you know, it gives you to the point of why the Thinker made the metabuses.
Yeah.
Metas.
I'm still excited to see who the other metas are.
Yeah. So excited to see all the other metas and how they all tie into each other. If he does have a master plan for them, or it was just these little steps building to that.
I think he has a plan for all of them. Like, I would... Because if he didn't, there's ways he could have devised the plan for only Dominic to become...
Yeah, but I know there's definitely a... Because, you know, it makes sense because he still has Weeper somewhere. The guy with the crime.
Crap, yes.
He still has him. We don't know what he was used for or what he's going to be used for. But, honestly, that end scene where what he did to... What they did with the original was kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty much the Flash episode. Besides that, the Thinker kills himself.
Yeah, that's basically it. The Thinker kills. I'm guessing Dominic is now in his brain and mind. I think they just switch minds and.
That would be the assumption.
Yeah, and then they kill Dominic, which is in the Thinker's body, and placed it at
Barry's apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And Barry is, which obviously the Thinker calls the police and says, "Hey, dead body at Barry Allen's house." So they come in here. Barry's arrested, and the mid-season premiere will be getting the trial of the Flash. It's completely different than what it was in the comics. Because in the comics, he was on trial for killing Reverse Flash, for snapping his neck, to be more precise. However, similarities is Cecile is his lawyer, which she was in the comics. The question I want to ask this while talking about Cecile and the Thinker, do you think the Thinker has a plan for Cecile's baby?
For Cecile's baby.
Who I am, if his name is not Daniel West, it's a missed opportunity.
I don't know. I can't give you that information. Like, you know, I don't know if he's really thought about if this baby's gonna be imperative into his future. But
because, and the reason why I'm thinking Daniel West is because in the New 52, Daniel West is also Iris' brother, and he becomes the New 52 Reverse Flash for a little while. So I'm thinking Daniel West be born, a future Daniel West comes to the past, and maybe I don't know, something like that. I just want Daniel West to be into the Arrowverse. We are going to travel on to the Legends of Tomorrow episode titled Bebo, the God of War. And the team members are dealing with their grief over recent events by diving into their work. So, pretty much this episode kind of starts off with everyone mourning still.
yeah.
And we get Sunshine Captain Cold here, playing therapist. I enjoyed the puppet scene with Rory. How do you feel with the interactions of Captain Cold and the Legends?
Oh, he could have gone about that a whole different way other than the puppet. Puppet. These people are adults. They're grown. What is a puppet gonna do? Oh, but it was pretty funny seeing Rory's reaction, just smashing the ever living crap out of the puppet. He's just like, "Well, did you hate Sign? No, I just don't like puppets."
Which they are grieving over Martin Stein, which rest in peace, because that's one half of Firestorm, who is the best character in my opinion. So we go to Vikings time in this episode. All right. How did you feel? Because, like, yeah, the main Martin Stein, died in the crossover. But we get young Martin Stein back.
Right.
He's probably the most legend guest appearance of younger selves we've ever gotten throughout anyone.
Yeah, he just keeps showing up.
And every episode, I enjoy his interactions. I'm happy that he knows who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he knows who Jax is. How did you feel about the aberration of Martin Stein into Viking time?
Honestly, if a little blue plush toy traveled back in time, I think people would probably worship it as a god.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Especially Vikings. So I think it kind of made sense. I honestly enjoy it because he tried to outsmart them.
Yeah.
Saying like, listen, this is little blue god. I'm the only one who can communicate with him. Leave me alone and don't kill me. But
But then the Leif
Erickson's
sister was like, nah, I can communicate with him too, and decided to cause destruction across predated North America.
Yeah.
My thing about Bebo was it reminds me of Furby,
Mm-hmm.
and those things are freaking creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Bebo was creepy. However, I do want to talk about the interaction with Jackson, young Martin. Did you think Jax was going to flat out tell him, "Hey, you die in the future"? Like,
I know as much as he wanted to. He did, but he knows his missions. He knows what could happen. Some things, time things like that.
Yeah.
Something worse could even happen.
yep.
So he tried to find a loophole. That's his I want to tell him, but I don't know how to tell him. I don't know if I can tell him. I don't know if it's the right thing to tell him or whatnot.
Yeah.
It's just he was struggling to,
Yeah,
he wanted to save him.
I do like how he got the nod, where Zara's like, "Hey, you can't straight out tell him, but find a loophole like I did." Like, Helena wasn't, she didn't cause any issue with the war, so I brought her in, Themyscira.
Yeah, no.
Chilled out with Wonder Woman.
Yeah, no, so apparently, so with that, she's like, Hera was not the real cause of the war, so she didn't necessarily have to be there. They were still going to fight either way.
There was still going to be death, so
Yeah.
I figured I'd go have her chill with her people.
Yeah, just move her somewhere else. She's still in the same time period. She's just somewhere else.
So I do like the idea of the loophole he had of writing this letter and open it on this date, we got this. And I can't blame him for how he acted, because Martin Stein was, 1, part of him, 2, a father to him, and 3, probably his best friend.
Yeah.
So it's I understand everything he did. How the team was acting towards that, I also understand to a point. But it's if you put yourself in their position, in his position, you would have done the same thing. Heck, Sarah's done the same thing all throughout season 2 with Damien Dark. But other than the Martin Stein and Jack stuff, I don't know how I feel about the rest of the episode. I did enjoy the Norse stuff we got with Damien Dark playing Odin. Even brought in the little lightning stuff.
Yeah.
Like
special
theatrical.
Effects, yeah.
But
honestly, I guess we are also missing a key interlope between Sarah and the Bureau. That was also a thing.
That's valid. Sarah knew she needed the Bureau's help, right? Like,
yeah. When this was a category 11?
I think it was category 11 or 13.
It went up to either 11 or 13.
It was super high.
It was like, we shouldn't do this on our own.
I do like how the Bureau at first was like, we can't help you. So in the general or whatever her name is, was like, you need help. Like, I understand why Rip is, like, I'm helping you. Like, I'm helping you. And although she didn't like their way of doing things with the Vikings, she went along with it. Like, I was surprised by that. Like, I wasn't expecting her to actually go along with all the plan. However, I think the main thing about the Vikings we got was Sarah kind of went to this other realm.
Oh, yeah.
And she now knows for definitive, malice is a thing.
She saw the presence. She felt the presence of malice. She felt the presence of malice.
And to me, right now, malice is this dark entity. Like, it's going to come to the light at some point.
Yeah.
Which kind of brings back to the Bureau where it's like, Rip wasn't lying. He wasn't crazy. Like, we have to kind of let him go.
Yeah, malice is something we should take, priority to.
It's kind of serious over here, guys. But because of that realm, we get the best end credit scene, in my opinion. But before we get to the end credit scene and the finale issue, do you have any other remarks you have for Legends of Tomorrow?
No, because nothing really.
All right, so then I'm going to talk about the big reveal of the mid-season finale. We're not getting Firestorm because Jax is leaving too.
Right.
Which I cried because the prior episode we got Martin dying, which how much it broke my heart. It made sense for the real world events going on in Victor Garber's life. In fact, he's going back to Broadway. So the question I had, the movie people had was, what happens with Jax? We got that. He's leaving. Both of my favorite characters of the show is gone. How'd you feel about Jax leaving?
Oh, it's heartbreaking, and we hate to see him go because he did offer. He was more than just a mechanic to the ship. I know his specialty was a mechanic, but he did missions without Stein.
Yeah.
He could hold his own in a fight, hand-to-hand combat, things like that.
But I think, with Firestorm not being a thing.
But Jackson just had too many memories and too many.
And it's kind of like the kid Flash from Flash. Yeah. He has to leave, to go
to grow.
Do his own. He has to go to his own Blue Valley. Which which I'm fine with because I do think he's coming back at some point, whether it be with another Firestorm half, whether it be with Ronnie, or whether it be by himself and he has somehow unlocked being able to be Firestorm by himself. Right. I'm cool with any of that. question I do you think he will return this season?
This season?
This season. Mind you, we have about 10, 12 episodes left. If they do 18 episodes, I believe.
I would say if he did come back, it would be very close to the end.
Okay, man. I would like it to be a significant return.
Yeah.
Like maybe they're in peril and like Jax comes in to save the day.
Yeah.
I don't know how that is super cheesy and all, but I would love it because that's what the show is. It's the cheesy. It's legitimately the cheesy bowl of this I don't know reference to use on this, but it's pretty much like Supergirl, Flash, and Arrow are like the chips, and Legend Tomorrow is legitimately the queso you get.
All right.
So that being said, get straight into this this end credit scene. Yeah, Sarah saying bye to Jax because they threw it. Jack's like, hey, don't tell anyone. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Sarah's like, I got you. You think we're gonna let you go without saying bye?
Yeah.
Threw a party for him. Sarah saying bye as a captain.
Christmas party.
Yeah, at the Christmas party. But then Sarah walks off with him to off the ship. Says bye to him as a captain. The very sentimental thing. I hope any captain would do on. Hey, I understand you gotta do your own thing. This is me saying bye one-on-one. Sarah gets back on the ship. The best freaking person could sneak on the ship happened. John freaking Constantine.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
John freaking Constantine sneaks on the Ray Rider somehow and is like, Sarah, I need your help. Or it's Sarah, it's been a while and, I need your help.
And he's like, something's been calling your name.
Like, something's coming. And he's like, Sarah's like, sorry, we're grieving, we can't help you. And he's like, he knows your name. And Sarah's like, well, guess we're helping out now.
Yeah, it wasn't a demon knows your name or something along that lines?
Some mystical entity knows your name.
Yeah.
And I think at that point Sarah knew it's Malice. So, yeah, I'm sad Jax is gone. But if they had to replace him some point, John Constantine is the best solution. Because we've gotten John Constantine 2 episodes, right? Now we get him for a couple more episodes. And my God, this actor is the best John Constantine. And that's not saying much in my opinion because I haven't seen the movie or the TV show in which he plays in.
I enjoyed the TV show. Actually.
But I do enjoy Matt Ryan as John Constantine. I think he fits the character pretty well. But other than that, do you have any other remarks? Any future telling? Fortune telling?
We'll see. Yet again, though, I like John Constantine. I don't always fully trust him.
I do. Because I know he's doing it. He's doing what he needs to do for the right reasons.
Yeah, but it could screw over everybody else. But
sometimes you gotta screw over everyone to save the world. Batman does it all the time.
Batman's just a dick.
That's valid. That's very valid. not denying that. But it's just kind of off topic for a second. Right now in the Rebirth, we have Dark Knight Metal.
Right.
And in the beginning, Batman was pretty much betraying everyone. I don't want to say betraying, but not informing everyone what's coming and trying to do it on his own to save the world. Kind of ends up screwing over in the world. Kind of.
Yeah.
I'm not done with Dark Knight Metal, so I don't know how it ends. But sometimes you have to screw over the people you trust and everything to try and save the world on your own. Not on your own, but because you have to do something they won't do. And John Constantine is that guy.
Yeah, he is. But alright, let's get on to the.
We're going to shoot right on to Arrow. Titled Irreconcilable.
English, David.
I know, and it has double R's, which is freaking irreconcilable. Can you pronounce that? Irreconcilable differences.
And reconcile. Oh God.
You see,
Reconcilable differences or something like that.
I do apologize. I have a issue with R's sometimes, and that is an issue. Quinn Lance is kidnapped by Black Siren and Caden James, guest star Michael Emerson, who are looking to trade Lance's life for a weapon of mass destruction. Oliver and the Team Arrow must figure out a way to save Lance while still keeping the city safe. I do want to point out one thing, and I just realized when I saw the name. I believe Caden James played on Chuck.
From who? Who was he?
He was the guy that replaced Big James?
Oh.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
And he was that scrawny guy with the glasses, very punctual and everything. Emmett, or I think his name was. I believe that's Michael Emerson. I believe.
Oh my. I didn't like him.
But he's doing a great job playing Caden James.
Yeah.
How long do you think this Caden James storyline is going to go?
I think it's going to go, all the way, because Caden James and whatever organization he is working with, whatever organization or something he's working with is planning something huge.
Yep.
Like, literally destroy the city huge.
I want to go probably further than that.
Well, yeah. Destroy a nation, destroy a government, destroy the world, kind of big. He almost destroyed the internet.
Yeah. If it wasn't for our man, Mr. Terrific, and our girl Felicity.
I've been watching the show to see how. Well, it was an older show, but I watched the show how detrimental it could be if one area just got the internet taken off. The strain.
Yeah.
I'm watching that, and they take off the internet and phone lines, and now we have vampires running around the city. Not zombies, vampires. A lot worse.
It makes so much sense. But I do hope the second half of the season we get more of the other villains involved, because I do know each person on the team has their own villain. And with what happened this episode, with Oliver finding out someone's testifying against him in court that he's the Green Arrow, I was like, alright, who is this going to be? Is it going to be someone on the team? If it's not, and they were very adamant and very quickly to be like, it's Black Canary. It's and she has reasons to be suspicious. They had reasons to be suspicious of Black Canary.
Yeah.
She was being very shady, taking calls by someone, hanging out with Vigilante. So I understand that, but as a team, you figured and they've been a team for what, 2 seasons, a season and a half now. You figure there'd be a little more trust.
It's Oliver, man. If one thing goes against him, he takes trust out the window and throws it.
And I completely agree. I completely agree. But at this point, Oliver has no right, mainly because of what happened in season 3.
Yeah.
I understand, and yeah, what he did this episode, I completely agree with, 100%. But he needs to start trusting more, since the fact he completely threw everyone's trust out the window in season 3.
Right.
And Diggle still came back, even though Oliver threatened his wife and kid. Felicity came back. Heck, Felicity even married him. Thea still trusts him. I'm sure Roy still trusts him, since he took the fall for him.
Yeah.
But he needs to start trusting. And the events of this episode, I think that's going to be less likely.
Yeah. It was a simple thing. Just literally get everybody in the team together what the hell is going on? Like, I've been told that somebody's here to testify against me. If anybody wants to speak up now, speak up.
Like,
because I've been betrayed once by
more than once.
More than once. But I know they kept talking about Evelyn.
Oh yeah, and I think if Renee came up like the moment it happened, like, hey Oliver, FBI chick is like holding my daughter against me if I don't testify against you. Oliver would have done something about it. Like, he would have been like, okay, Renee, we will work this out. But the fact that Renee pretty much didn't tell him and let Black Canary be the I don't want to say that because the three didn't know about the investigation.
They didn't know.
So like, I don't want to say that he let that happen, but
he just didn't say anything because it's probably weighing on him.
And I can't blame him, on one hand, because if I had a daughter that was being held against me, I would do pretty much anything to get that daughter back.
Yeah. It was basically, save your kid or, just betray a friend. And sometimes, that's your child. That's your, your heart, your love, everything. And, he's somebody who hasn't been there in his life because of reasons, but, he still loves his daughter more than anything.
Yeah. And I do want to, because in my opinion, the kidnapping of Quentin Lance for the weapon of mass destruction, I didn't care about that storyline at all. I didn't care about that storyline. I did care about like the whole who betrayed Oliver storyline.
Did you think it was Renee?
I didn't actually. I honestly thought it was Evelyn. I thought Evelyn was coming back and.
Oh, good. I'm not the only one, man. I was like, they kept mentioning Evelyn Sharp. I was like, did she come back? Where is she?
Like, I don't know if she died on the island. I just feel like it would have been Evelyn. It would have it made sense in a sense. Like, the person who betrayed him once will come back and like get him.
And they kept dropping the name Evelyn. I was like, oh.
Other than that, like, when Renee came out and said it's me, Oliver, and I was like, son of a crap. I was like, and then he explained. I was like, I can't be mad at him. And then Oliver just went off, and I understand Oliver's rage. Like, you betrayed him. Like, you could have came and told him.
We could have talked this out as a team. We are a team. We're supposed to have each other's backs in every way, which way and form.
And it would have been different, maybe season 4 prior.
Yeah.
But season 5, Oliver's been a father. Diggle's been a father. Felicity's kind of been a mother. Like, they would have understand.
Yeah.
And Curtis would have backed up anyone. Like, I feel like Curtis is that one friend you have that, like, no matter what you do, he backs you up.
Yeah.
So there's that. Black Canary, I don't know how she would have been in that situation.
I think she would still be fine. I mean, she still has respect for all of her teammates and everything like that.
Yeah, I just if he would have came out first, like, I don't know where she would have stood. Like, would she be like, how could you betray him, or would she have backed up Renee? Other than that, like, Arrow, I think, was probably the weakest of the finales.
Right.
I enjoyed Legends and Flash a lot. But other than that, I just Arrow kind of let the ball down with in my opinion, with the storyline of the mass destruction thing. I don't know how many times we have to do the mass destruction machine in Arrow.
And I guess it also, gave in some kind of depth that Black Canary does feel something for Quentin.
Oh yeah, Black Canary, Black Siren.
Black Siren? Sorry.
The villain?
Yeah. Sorry, Black Siren.
Granted, yes, Black Canary also has, feelings towards Lance because I think she kind of sees him as like a mentor.
Yeah.
But other than that, I am curious to see who the other villains are going to be.
Yeah.
Because I know one for sure. That's going to be the villain for Oliver. Which I can't think of his name. Drago? I don't know. I can't think of his name right now. But I'm curious to see, like, the other people's villains. I do want to throw in a key, like, I don't know, say key, but, like, Easter egg that I wasn't expecting. Felicity's father is out and about in the public eye.
Right.
I thought he was arrested.
Yeah. I thought he was like a super like government criminal kind of deal. Like
Yeah, he was a hacker and everything. Like Felicity went up against him prior. I thought he was arrested. I thought he got arrested. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have for Arrow. Do you have anything to?
I'm just wondering since what the team's gonna have, what the future holds for the team now that it's been disbanded basically.
It's been disbanded for now.
I'm wondering how if Curtis is gonna come back, if Dinah is gonna come back.
My speculation is all three of them will be back. I think Oliver will find some kind of way to save Renee's child. And Renee's going to come back in the nick of time to save Oliver's life. It's going to be one of those cliche things. Other than that, like it's going to be an interesting second half of the season. I don't think Oliver will be arrested, and he might go on trial for being the Green Arrow, but at the end of the season, he will say, "I'm the Green Arrow." It's got to be said. And I do hope it's in the same vein as what Oliver Queen and Smallville did. And that's pretty much press conference. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, all this stuff," and he's like, "I'm the Green Arrow. Drop it." Because it's the heroes kind of need that one person who's out in the open. The Avengers has it with the Iron Man. No. Actually, I think the Avengers has, like, everyone knows who is who.
Yeah, basically they don't really hide that. I mean, half the team is like either mythological creature or someone from, like, let's see, their only normal person is maybe Falcon might be the only one that who could have a secret identity.
Ant-Man.
Well, that Ant-Man wasn't on the Avengers at that point. That was the Civil War.
Yeah, but I mean, just in general. But I do think Oliver Queen will come out as the Green Arrow season finale. He's on hold some kind of conference after the destruction is saved by the vigilantes. The Vigilante Act will be repealed, and he's like, "I'm the Green Arrow." And then we're going to deal with that controversy in season 7, if we get a season 7. But other than that, do you have any final remarks?
Looking forward to what 2018 show's gonna have to bring us.
I do want to just, as mid-season finales go, what was your favorite and what was your least?
Flash. Honestly, Flash was probably the best, and honestly, I probably think it would be Supergirl.
Okay. For me, it's probably the Flash being the best and Arrow being the least. Supergirl, that just a little bit over because of how they ended the finale, the mid-season finale.
Right.
But other than that, that will conclude this episode of the Late Night with David Jones. Thank you for listening. Please give this video a thumbs up. Put down in the comments what mid-season finale you liked, and join us next time when the shows return, the 15th of January, 2018. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.